If you want to see me create a look using the Electric palette by Urban Decay, then stick around. Hi there, Hélène here, and yes, we are going to play with this beautiful palette that I shamefully do not use often enough. I actually got this palette right at the end of the Electric palette availability. So it's not that old in my collection. It's been less than 2 years compared to a lot of folks who had it for, or still have it, and it's 7 or 8 years old. And I'm really thankful that it's still there. The palette that I have found that is as similar as these colors is the Melt Radioactive palette. And if you do a swatch comparison, I'll actually put the video right here, you'll see that it is very similar. I would basically call it a dupe, except for 1 or 2 shadows that are different, but virtually all of them are the same in the 2 palettes. So just thought I would mention that. I will be using, here's the palette. I will be using the brush. Yep. Okay, brush cleaned off. I will be using the brush that comes with the palette. I really like the double-ended brush, and it's very similar to the brush that was in the colorful palette for the Jean-Michel Basquiat collection. Similar idea, and I really do like this kind of packer brush on one side and very detailed brush on the other. I think it makes sense when working with shadows that are this intense and bright. So I do have a little bit of a plan because I looked at the colors before going and starting to film, and I do have a couple of colorful liners here, plus a few more on my counter. I have a general idea, but I don't have, put it this way, I always reserve the right to change my mind. Definitely, why am I saying definitely now? But I think I'm going to use purple. I'm thinking of these two. And this color is a color that I'm relatively uneasy with, and that's why I think I should use it. So I'm thinking Jilted, Urban, Fringe, and then Thrash, but I also have this color Fizz from Colourpop, and I'm really interested in using that. Plus a few eyeliners and highlighters that are purple or lavender in nature, and I think we can create a pretty interesting look with those various items. For everything else that is on my face, because as you can tell I'm already wearing makeup, you can find it in the description box, so please feel free to go and take a look there. Anything else I've missed? I think we're good. I think we're good to start. Now I do have some eyeshadow on my eye. What I did was, or eyelid, I used the Cover FX kind of the lightest color concealer shade in the quad that I have. This is the quad, so this one right here is what I used. And I set it with a kind of a light beige called Wheat from the Smashbox Matte Exposure. That's how I usually start my eye look, so that's not different from my usual process. This brush is great for more detailed work, but I will go in with a fluffier brush for the crease to start off the look. And I really think that I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone. So the obvious one I would usually go with is Savage because it's a matte. I love a matte in my crease, but I just decided to expand my horizons today, and I'm going to use Jilted in the crease, and I just hope that it works out well for me. So let's go into the first color. I'm going to go with a very fluffy brush, which is the XOXO Shadow. It's really hard to read. The XOXO eyeshadow brush. Okay, great. There we go. And like I said, into Jilted. And I'll just do one eye completely first and then recreate on the other side so I'm not wasting your time. I'm just going to tap off the brush. There we go, and we're ready to go. Just going to stamp at the beginning. Now if you have or have had the Electric palette, let me know what color combinations you enjoy most seeing on other people or creating yourself. I would love to get some ideas. I changed my mind 3 times before starting to film. And if you know me at all, you would know I changed my mind midstream during an eye look on the regular. It's a creative process. Okay, so I'm going to be more careful. I'm chatting away and I'm not being very careful. And with colors like these, you want to be a bit more precise than willy-nilly. When I do have Benefit Highbrow on the brow bone, which will make unfortunately, the Jilted stick quite a bit because it's not set. I'm going to use a clean brush and just soften that up a little bit. I'm going to be putting something on the brow bone later, so I'm not too fussed about it. Okay, I'm going to go back into the crease with this one, just a little bit more jilted. I really like the mirror in this palette. It's nice and big. And makes me think of the newer one, the Born to Run. Nice mirror in that palette as well. Okay, so I think we've got what we want out of this brush pretty much done. And I think I'm just going to soften up a little bit on the outer edge. I'll use this just this fluffy brush to do that a little bit. Okay, that's nice. All right, and we're going to use my favorite angle brush to go down on the lower outer lash line. Lower outer lid is what I meant to say, and this is my preferred kind of angled brush, and it's a Sephora brush that was part of a 5-brush kit, but I don't think they sell it anymore. Okay, so just a little bit on the brush. For anyone who likes swatching videos, I have some more coming, so hang tight for those. And if you see anything in my collection that I haven't swatched yet on this channel, I've swatched most of the palettes I've used on this channel, just let me know, because I'd love to just complement the swatches with anything else that you'd be interested in. Okay, so that looks like enough. That's a nice base. I'm really happy with that. And I don't feel like I need more of Jilted. I think we're done. I want to go in with Urban and it looks like blue in the monitor, but it really is purple. It's like it's purple with blue undertones. Urban Decay does purples really well. Asphyxia is a shadow I absolutely love, and it has kind of a shift like this, but it's a lighter version. Mwah, beautiful. Okay, so we're going to go in with this brush that I said I was going to use, and we're going to go right into Urban. It's hard to tell how much is on the brush because the brush is purple, but we will see how it goes. I put on quite a bit. We're just going to pat and stroke that color. And again, picking up the kick up. And just building it patiently. I find when I get impatient, that's when shadow goes where I don't want it to go. Who's had that experience of putting on makeup and then all of a sudden you're in a rush and then you have to redo something because you did it too quick because you were in a rush and then you're late? Ha! That's always fun. Okay, I'm liking this so far. I'm always doing a matte in the crease. It's kind of nice to do something a bit different. There's an iridescence to the purple that's just really pretty, and I wonder if it's kind of compounded by jilted underneath. I think it looks really good. And I'm game to take the precision side of the brush and take Urban again on the lower lash line. I think that's going to look really good, and that was not my plan earlier, but I'm going with the flow. And I'm going to have a lot of fallout to fix afterwards. Okay, and I'm going to keep going. I'm really happy with this. I think it looks really, really nice. That's fantastic. Okay. I think I'm going to go just a little bit higher up in the crease. I think you can tell that my use of Urban is not quite high enough. So I'm going to go in bravely with a little bit more, just to make sure it's all the way into the crease. Okay, I'm happier with that. Good. All right. I think I'm just going to do a little hand test. I use my hand to test colors on a regular basis, and I want to try fringe. Yeah, I think I want to try fringe on the center lid, and then I want to use Fizz from Colourpop because it's a new one to me, and it looks kind of like a mix between Jolt and Freak. And I think it's going to look pretty good. So let's use fringe on the center lid. And I'm just going to wipe off Urban that I had on the brush. This is my color switch today. Okay. So this is what fringe looks like. I'll just do a bit more of a swatch here so you can see it on the finger. It's a very pretty color, and I never ever put blue on my center lid, but I am going to today. We're going to see what happens. So I've got some on the brush, tapping off a little bit. I'm going to go over Urban. They layer beautifully. That is really, really nice. Just going to, I think I'm going to intensify it with my finger. I really like the effect. Okay. We are going to now go into the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow. I'm going to start off using my favorite multitasker brush and go into Fizz to just get it into the innermost corner because my finger can't easily get there. You know what, that is not going to have enough impact. There's just no way. I'm going to try it with my finger, and if it doesn't work, I'll put a base, a lime base underneath, and then go from there. So I've put some on my pinky. I'm going to try to get the intensity, oh yeah, there we go. The intensity I was hoping for with my finger. That's better, okay. I'm going to go back in with the brush and see if I can just intensify the amount I put. Oh yeah, I think I've got more on the brush here. I didn't realize it would take so much on the finger or the brush to show. This is my first Super Shock Shadow, by the way. I know, where have I been, right? I tend to be late to the party with a number of products, and that is, I don't like wasting my money on hype, and I don't think anyone should. Unless you get something significant out of it, I don't think it's really worth it. And I like to see what people think about a product before I go and dive right in, because when I tend to dive into something that I want, I dive right in. And I'm happy that for most of these products, I waited and bided my time. And as a result, I'm really, really happy with these purchases. Okay, I think that looks kind of cool. I think that's quite pretty. I do want to put a little bit more higher up in the crease. I don't think it went high enough. I'm getting more aggressive with how much I'm putting my brush into the Colourpop Super Shock, and I think it's doing what I want it to do now. I don't want to cover too much of the blue, but I do want a little bit of overlap. Okay. I like this. I think with black liner and a good thick mascara look, I think it's going to look really, really good. Okay, I'm going to wipe off my fallout. I'm going to put a highlight on the brow bone, and then we'll move on to the other eye, which I will speed up with some music so that you can see my application on the other side, but you don't have to deal with the tedium of watching everything in real time. I said I would do the brow bone with you before starting the other eye, and I started the other eye. So let's do the brow bone. If I can open this. This is the Colored Rain Lavender Dreams highlight. And I'm trying, there we go, got it open. It's so pretty. And I swatched it the other day, and it just looks so good. I even put it in a 10 uses project. Look at that color. It's just beautiful. And I think as a brow bone highlighter, it's going to be gorgeous. So I have my fluffy flat brush from Sephora. And this one was from the Smoke Show or Smokey collection. It's a collection of 5 brushes from Sephora, but I don't think they have it anymore. And I mentioned earlier I had highbrow already on my brow bone. And this is just going to enhance that kind of pink color. That is super, super nice. I think I'm going to put it also on the inner corner, so I'll do that right now. I have a detail brush here to do just that, and it's a Morphe M149. I'm going to go into the highlighter and just go into my inner corner. Okay, I think that those 2 little touches really finish up the eyeshadow portion of the look, and I'm pretty happy with those little additions. So now on to the other eye. Eyeshadow is done, but it is also time to use liner to just finish up the look. And I am inclined to use this blue liner called Pool Boy from NYX. Then I also want to, and I'll show you, this is the Pool Boy liner right here. And I also want to refresh my upper waterline with the Urban Decay Zero, which is my go-to black liner on the upper waterline right now because I'm trying to finish it. A little nubby of a liner. I'm going to use this Sumptuous Extreme mascara from Estee Lauder, and I'm also going to use the High Impact mascara from Clinique, this one on my lower lashes. And I'm also going to use this Clinique Pretty Easy liner, and we'll see how it goes. It's been too liquidy for me so far, but I keep using it hoping that it is going to keep getting better. So I have hopes for this guy. And I did put a Smoky Plum lipstick on my lips for this video because I thought it would go well with the eye look, and I think it does. So I'm not going to be changing it. And it is the Elizabeth Arden Smoky Plum in number 37. And that's what that one looks like. And I'm actually liking it. I think, like I said, I think it goes well with the look, and I don't think I need a lipstick that is wild. I think that what I have on my eyes is wild enough. Thank you very much. I am going to go and apply all those products that I just showed you, apart from the lipstick. Like I said, it's already there, and I will be right back with the final look. Okay, I am back, and let's talk a little bit about what I have on my finished look. As I mentioned, I used a couple of liners, so I did use Pool Boy on my lower waterline, and I think it looks great. I think it really goes into, is it fringe? What's it called? Fringe, yeah. I think it really matches well with fringe, which is on the upper center lid on both eyes. I think that looks great. Of course, it's on both eyes. What am I talking about? Anyway, and then of course Urban Decay in Zero. So those are the two right here. Next over is two lines from the Clinique Pretty Easy liner. I did not attempt a wing yet again because it is still too liquidy for me to do it without it feathering. It even feathers on the back of my hand, so it would definitely feather on my eye lid. And I did use the two mascaras. Let me show you the wand. This is Sumptuous Extreme mascara, and this one is the Estee Lauder mascara. This one you can definitely get volume. I did 2 coats on my lashes, and then this one is the Clinique High Impact mascara, but it's not high impact in my opinion, and I use it on my lower lashes because it is relatively discreet, and I don't like having too much mascara on my lower lashes. Just personal preference. Now I want also to talk about a couple of other products. Where did I put it? Now to finish off the look, you will remember that I have Colored Rain Lavender Dreams as a highlighter. And it is really neat, and I have it on my brow bone inner corner, but I also added it on my cheek because I think it just all looks really good together. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan of this highlighter. I think it looks really, really nice. Who knew? It makes me think of Prismatic Amethyst by Becca. And then I am also in love with this little guy. I was ready to use Freak, which is the lime green in the Urban Decay palette, but since I have this one, I thought I would give it a shot, and it is so, so pretty, and it's not as green as it shows up in the pot, and it's like a perfect match between, or mix between Freak and Jolt in the Electric palette. These two. And I think that's so, so cool. I am really happy with that. And has just a lime kind of base and then a glittery yellow as a topper to it. It looks really, really good. And I thought I was going to use this product, but I didn't end up doing so. And it is the Touch and Soul Pretty Filter Matte-ish Liquid Eyeshadow. And I did put some on my hand when I tested it out off camera. And it just seems to, it's a matte liquid eyeshadow, but it doesn't really apply all that opaque. and it looks like it takes some time to dry. It's a little bit patchy. So I will use it in another video at some point. It doesn't have the best reviews, but I am really curious about it, and I thought that would be a nice base under this one. So it is something that I'm going to park for now, but that I do want to test out at some point. If you have any experience with this, these matte-ish liquid eyeshadows from Touch in Sol, please let me know how you use them. I would love to learn from you as I try to figure it out for myself. All I've noticed so far is it takes a while to dry, which is why I just thought, I don't want to mess up the eye look, and thought I might try it in a different look where I can use this color. So, and it's kind of a chartreuse color. It looks like it's drying as, it looks more yellow in the viewfinder, but in person it looks more like a chartreuse or chartreuse. Yeah, anyway. That is what I did, and had to go reach for it. I did also use the all-nighter setting spray to just set everything. It seemed reasonable and a good choice given I'm using the electric palette. I think the look turned out well. It's not wild, but it's definitely very colorful, and I really like it. I'm looking in the mirror, I'm looking in the viewfinder. I really think it turned out well. Let me know what you think. Would you have done anything differently? Is there anything that you like that I did that was a good combo? Let me know what you think of the look. I always appreciate your comments. It is always informative and, of course, entertaining for both of us. But with that, I will say thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. You know that. And if you are not subscribed already and you like the content on this channel, I encourage you to just hit that little red box down there. It would be great. Again, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video, but for now, take care.